Mike Johnson, in hidden camera video footage, just said that they would attempt to repeal Obamacare, the ACA, if given the chance, if Donald Trump is elected and they retain the House. And Kamala Harris said just as much yesterday at her speech, where 75,000 people attended. Going to show you Mike Johnson in just a moment, but I want to give you some background. Here's what Kamala Harris had to say.
Affordable Care Act, which would throw millions of Americans off their health insurance and take us back to when insurance companies had the power to deny people with pre-existing conditions. Well, we are not going back.
We are not going back. And Donald Trump wants to take us there. And he's been trying ever since he got into office. I don't know what it is about him, but ever since he ran for office, I think it might be just a jealousy of Obama and the one truly historic accomplishment Obama made that radically affected the lives of millions of Americans. Donald Trump has been trying to attack it ever since he got into office. And here he is trying to say,
past
get rid of
17
it.
years, Obamacare has wreaked havoc on the lives of innocent, hardworking Americans. Behind me today, we have real American families, great families, just spent a lot of time with them, who are suffering because 7 years ago, a small group of politicians and special interests in Washington engineered a government takeover.
Wreaked havoc. I mean, Obamacare truly has been one of the best pieces of legislation. It was not perfect whatsoever, but millions of lives have been saved because of it. It has made it so that healthcare is affordable for more people. I do wish there was a public option available. I wish we had, I just wish healthcare was a human right like it is in every other major society, but this is a step in the right direction. And what Donald Trump is proposing is not. And here he is again, saying that he wants to get rid of Obamacare.
And I said, we've got to do the right thing. We've got to manage it really, really good. So it's not great health care, but we're managing it fantastically. And you don't see all those stories about the rates going through the roof anymore because we know what we're doing. At the same time, we want to get you really fantastic health care. If we can win back the House, we'll be able to do that. We have to win back the House, keep the Senate, keep the White House. We'll be able to do that.
Also, I love that Donald Trump thinks Obamacare is healthcare. No, Obamacare is a system that allows people who have pre-existing conditions, people who have young people who would have had to get their own insurance after 18, could extend it to 26. It was a group of laws that expanded healthcare coverage to more people and made it so that healthcare coverage was more affordable. Also, Donald Trump in this clip from, 4 years ago, just seems like a completely different person.
So it's not great health care, but we're managing it fantastically.
He has totally changed. And here he is admitting they have no health care plan. But as I will show you, Mike Johnson, though they might not have a plan to replace Obamacare, they have a plan to get rid of it.
And what we will do is we're looking at different plans. If we can come up with a plan that's going to cost our people, our population, less money and be better health care than Obamacare, then I would absolutely do it. But until then, I'd run it as good as it can be run.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now. But if we come up with something, I would only change it if we come up with something that's
Kamala's
better and
face.
less expensive. And there are concepts and options we have to do that. And you'll...
Man, that debate was nuts. Okay, so then here's Mike Johnson in hidden camera footage, giving the game away, saying that they want to rip away healthcare from millions of Americans. And this is coming out 6 days before the election. So pay attention, because though Joe Biden might not be popular, though people might not like Kamala Harris, though they might not know Kamala Harris. People know the ACA. They know Obamacare. They know that it has changed their lives and it has radically impacted and improved the lives of Americans. So let people know this is what Donald Trump wants to do.
There's a lot of talk. I mean, healthcare reform is going to be a big part of the agenda. When I say we're going to have a very aggressive first 100 days agenda, we got a lot of things still on the table. But healthcare, that's part. It's the secret. It's the secret. Healthcare reform is not a secret. There's some really important ideas on the table, and we have a docs caucus, the physicians who serve in the House, and they've got a menu of options about this thick. And I think this is part of it, because if you take government bureaucrats out of the healthcare equation and you have doctor-patient relationship, it's better for everybody, more efficient, more effective. That's the free market. Trump's going to be for the free market. You heard a little sample of that last night. We want to take a blowtorch to the regulatory state, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, these agencies have been
Killing
weaponized against the people, and it's crushing the free market. It's like a boot on the neck of job creators and entrepreneurs and risk takers. And so healthcare is one of the sectors, but we need this across the board, and Trump's going to go big. I mean, he's only going to have one more term, right? Can't run for re-election. And so he's going to be thinking about legacy, and we're going to fix all these things. And,
No Obamacare?
no Obama. Yeah, the ACA is so deeply ingrained. We need massive reform to make this work, and we got a lot of ideas on how to do that.
You heard him there, no Obamacare. That's millions of people who would not have health care coverage, as said in this tweet here. Mike Johnson says one of Trump's top priorities will be to repeal the Affordable Care Act and rip away health care from millions of Americans. No Obamacare. So this is their closing argument. Their closing argument isn't how they can improve the lives of others. It's what can we take away from you and give to the very rich. So keep that in mind, because Kamala Harris is out there fighting for every American. Every American. Republicans like Mike Johnson and Donald Trump are doing everything they can to make life worse for anyone who isn't in their club, and that includes you. Even if you're going to vote for them, you might feel like you're in their club, but I'm telling you right now, you're not in their club. The people in their club know they're in the club. You are on the outside looking in, and they're laughing at you, wondering how they got away with it again. That people are being tricked into voting against their own self-interest. It's so disappointing. And the American people deserve so much better than what these fools are offering them. And I hope and pray that in 6 days, Democrats and Kamala Harris can begin delivering it to them, and Republicans can start looking inwardly and fixing the problems in their own party.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?